Yo guys, what is going on? It is Invin here, and today what I'm bringing to you guys is a video on some crucial things that all players in Lost Ark need to know, and specifically for the newer players out there who may not have explored the UI quite as much, who might not have explored the depths of the game and found some very useful things that are not immediately obvious. Now, the game gives us so much stuff, so much content, so much things to click on, a lot going on the screen, as you can see, all of this stuff up and about, and it is all very useful, but there is some certain things, if you haven't found out yet for yourself, these are really going to improve your quality of life in Lost Ark. Now, before we fully jump into the video, if you are new to the channel and you haven't already done so, please do go down below and press the big red subscribe button with the notification bells on, as I do upload brand new content every single day, and only about 20% of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you're in the 80% that isn't, feel free to join the family today. We'd love to have you over here, and without further ado, let's jump into this one. So the first thing here is going to be actually something to do with your pet. Now, if you're anything like me, a lot of us by now have got the Twitch drop. This one looks very, very cool. If I just go into my guys, I can show you him a little bit closer up. Very cool looking guy there. Now, you get a choice of 4 colours of these, and you can use it on any pet. It literally can be the white bunny, which you get right at the start of the game just by doing one of the guide quests for pets, or it can be any of the drop pets or any you've purchased. And what you can do is, if you hover over them, you'll see that it says plus control under the cursor. If you go ahead and control right click on your pet, it will then give you 3 options. The first one is pet info, the second one is pet functions, and the third one is cancel summon. Now, pet functions is the thing we are the most interested in here, and if you have the Crystalline aura, you will be able to see you are able to do all of this stuff on the go. Yes, you can do this from anywhere in the world. You can be out and about, you can be in a settlement, you can be in a city, you can be somewhere random in the world, and this has several functions. Now, the reason I bring this up is because the majority of people have bought some sort of founders pack, or they've bought one of the starter packs, or you've probably by now got enough gold in game to exchange for currency in order to get yourself a Crystalline aura. And if you haven't been using this and you have already got the Crystalline aura, this is a really, really big benefit. So what you'll see is storage. Obviously, there's a little second one here because I'm starting to upgrade my roster. This is your roster storage. Then you've got your personal storage here, which is of course everything that you want to put in, so you can go ahead and literally drag them in, or you can just right click and they will go across into there. This can be really useful for several things, but of course just transferring things between the two is great. And also obviously this is your regular inventory on the right here, so you can transfer things across. You also have access to the market through this. You can also do it from the tab at the bottom, but it's just another little interface you can bring up to search for whatever you want, whether it's pets, mounts, etc. So you can look up mounts, have a little look, and you can see someone's on there for quite a few gold. Then you have mail. This one's really important because if your friends send you letters, or you want to send a letter and they don't send it as express mail, it may say go to a mailbox to claim this item. You can actually just go into your pet and look for it through here, and you'll be able to then collect it. Now, the next one here is repair. This one is super useful, particularly if you're out and about, you're doing quests, and you're also wanting to queue for different things, which I'll move on to in a moment. You can just simply press repair equipped gear, and that repairs all of your gear for you. So again, really good. Another one that I found extremely useful is the repair tools, because again, when you're out and about, you might not be thinking about it, and it might suddenly get low durability, so you can simply press the button like that, repair all of your tools from your pet, and you are done. Now, it also has a refaceting option there, but this one is grayed out for the moment, so we'll leave that for today. Now, the next thing here is actually going to be under the minimap, and it's going to be called Procyons Compass. Now, what you can do with this one, if you click onto it, it tells you the availability of certain events for your item level or around your item level. So these will obviously change and progress as you go through the game, but it's just something to give you a little indicator of things you can do. As you can see here, we have field bosses, ghost ships, Chaos Gates, and Adventure Islands. Now, it tells you can do these one time daily. The Ghost Ships is a raid to obtain rewards, and the same with your field bosses or world bosses, whatever you want to call them. You can click on appear notification info, so you can then go through all of these different things that are available as the calendar. In the top left of the screen, you can see things popping up. These are some of those here, and what you can do is hover over it, look at the date. So today's the 15th. We can see when they'll be appearing, so it'll be from 5 AM every 1 hour. So that's really good. That means tomorrow I'll be able to do these every hour, or at some point every hour. I can choose one of the times to do this one, and I can get this quest done and get some rewards for it, which is really nice. Now on top of this, also looking under the map, there is a couple of other things. One really important thing, again, if you've got the Crystalline Aura, is your Bifrost. By default, you have a slot on this, which allows you to teleport back to a location. So as you can see here, I have Argentine Origins of Stern, and you simply click move. It will then ask you if you want to pay the 1,000, and you will travel to that location. Now, you can unlock additional Bifrost slots with Bifrost keys, which can be obtained through your collectibles in-game. Right now, I haven't got those, but one really important thing, if you've got the Crystalline Aura, like a lot of us have at the moment, you also get 2 additional Bifrost slots with these. And again, as you can see, I have one of these slots saved to East Luterra. So again, you would click move, and it works exactly the same as the slots above. And if I wanted to put a slot where I am now, for example, you can simply click save location, and it will save the location you're currently in. Now, you can override slots as well, so it doesn't matter that you don't have the extra ones if you are happy with 3. But of course, you can get up to 5 with the Crystalline Aura and additional Bifrost keys should you wish to do so. This is something that really saves you a lot of time, particularly with your Una's tasks, your daily quests. If I show you some of these quests that we've got here, if you go into the adventures and then Una's task, or Alt-J by default, some of these you will see are on certain islands at certain places around the world. And if you know that you're going to be going back there every single day to do it, you've got 3 quests that you can do, and you've got 3 teleport locations with that Crystalline Aura. So I will leave that one up to you, but if you do want to teleport back between those locations quickly every single day, that is something that I would recommend as well. Now, the next one here is an interesting one, because a lot of the options in-game have a matchmaking system for things like your Chaos Gates, your raids, and all of that sort of stuff. But you can also click on the Find Party facet here, and you can kind of go through each of these ones, have a look at the people's parties that are available. And the main reason you might want to do this is because you can actually click in, look into people's groups, and with that you can then click on them, and you can click details, and it will show you, you know, their item level, their gear that they're wearing, most importantly their engravings, because as you get later into the game, these will be the pinnacle, and this is what people will do before they go into a group with yourself, which is why people go on about how important engravings are. These are what's going to be boosting your damage and such later on, and of course right now most people are at a lower level, but once these do get upgraded and you get into the tier 2, late tier 2, early tier 3 and beyond, these are going to be more important. But right now, obviously, gear score is important, and you can kind of see people's setup from there. So this can be really good if you are trying to pick out a specific group, or you want specific roles. You can have a look through each of these and see what roles are already in there. For example, Bard and a Striker. So me as a Sorceress, that'd be a great group for me to join. All that sort of stuff is available through this interface, and not many people know about it, so it is pretty useful. And if you didn't know about that, you can use it to find some easy, good groups. Another thing here that is also under the minimap, this is really interesting, all these widgets, and they're very useful. Apply to Proving Grounds. This one you can simply apply to any PvP match, whether it's normal match, co-op battle, or custom game. Any of these can be applied for from anywhere around the world. Again, you do not need to be in a city or a basically base zone with a teleport area, anything like that. It can be literally applied from by islands, by random places around the map, whatever you want. And this is a really good way if you are interested in PvP, or at least you want to try it out, get used to it, or just give it a taster every couple of days to do some of your tasks or whatever, weekly tasks for the guild, for example. Then this is a great way you can just access it from here and access it at any time. Now, the roster information is a pretty straightforward one by now. Most people have probably got the hang of this, but if you are someone who's still not got the hang of it, make sure that you do claim all of these rewards. They apply account-wide, and until you click claim reward on each one that you unlock, it doesn't apply automatically, so you do need to actually claim it. I think most people have that by now. But what you can also see is the virtue bonuses and the actual effect bonuses here that it gives you. And as well as this, you can see your cards from the same menu on the roster tab. And these are really useful. As you can see on the right here, my set bonuses are movement skill cooldown, minus 10%. Great for PvE, PvP, raids, chaos dungeons, everything. Really just a very good one, especially for the Sorceress. And then I have 2 sets, or well, 4 sets I suppose in total, of all elemental damage reduction, +5 and +5, so total +10. Now make sure that you are equipping cards, make sure that you're setting up different decks if you do want to. You get 2 by default. As you can see, you can unlock the 3rd for extra gold. And this is really important. Not a lot of people utilize these, but you can set up one for PvP, PvE, raids, mobbing or bossing, because those are two types of PvE content, or just general ones, and then ones are more specifically for getting fast kills. It's entirely up to you, but certainly make use of the cards. We're all collecting them by default just by going through the quests, so make use of those while you're there as well. Now, a lot of people have probably gone through the story in a similar way to myself, where you were clearing each of the areas and simply moving on. Now, that is great, and obviously most people want to progress to 50 as quickly as they possibly can, so it makes sense that players do this. But one thing you should do is, of course, make sure you check your adventurer's tome that you've claimed all of your available rewards. If you're like me, as soon as the red dot appears, you tend to click on things. But what you should also do is check which ones have a really good reward further than the percentage that you currently have, because some of these rewards are really cool or really useful. And it might be that they're only, for example here, a 6.2% off getting an extra 10 charisma, which would be pretty useful, but 60% is even more useful because it gives me obtain 5 strength, dexterity, and intelligence. So if I could get a few more percentage-wise from doing this, that would be really good. Now you can see that you've got hidden stories to do. Another story, these two things up here. You can kill all of the different monsters, get the collectibles, and of course then go through all of the dungeons. Here you can see this is undiscovered, and you can see I've done both of these in the hard mode, but not regular, so again, go back and do those. Some areas or some continents also have some special things. So let's say, for example, West Luterra. We've got here a courage potion, which I'm literally 0.3% off getting. So again, I could click into those ones. And some of the areas like East Luterra will actually give you a mount. Now this one is at 40%. It's literally 5% away from grabbing this one. Obviously, the best rewards are going to be right down here towards the end. But for those of you like myself that like collecting things, especially mounts, you can see here you get a Boreal Steed at 40%. And also North Vern is another one that gives you the Grey Stripe Raptor at 30%. So you can go ahead and grab these pretty easily if you do want to get yourself some cool mounts, additionally to what you get from the game as well. Finally here, I just want to touch on the store page and where you will actually see anything you've bought and any drops that you get from Twitch. Specifically, I've seen a lot of people asking. It's down in the bottom right, it says product inventory. And when you do get a Twitch drop or you get a purchase in game, whether it's through your royal crystals or your regular crystals, you will get them in your product inventory. Everything will appear here, whether it's something from Marie's secret shop, whether it's something, like I said, a Twitch drop there, which you haven't paid for, it will still arrive in your product inventory. So if you have got some of those, which I would highly recommend, they are very cool, then you do grab them from there as well. So guys, that is going to be pretty much it for today's episode. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Hopefully you've learned something new. If you have, please do let me know which was the most useful for you down in the comments below. And if you didn't learn anything new, it served as a reminder, hopefully. And if you've got something I didn't mention that's really essential for players to know, especially new players in Lost Ark, then please drop that in the comments down below as well, as it would be amazing to get a big community discussion going on some of the best nifty tips and tricks that you might not have noticed from being in game. Other than that, guys, that is going to be it. So if you haven't already done so, please do drop me a like on today's video if you have enjoyed and found it useful. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you do want to see more Lost Ark content, as I do upload brand new content every single day, and I would love to have you guys here as part of my channel community. Other than that, that's going to be it. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you again tomorrow with a brand new upload. Take care, guys, and peace.